Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are going for a very interesting deck, very fun deck, and something else. So, if you like this kind of shenanigans with stealing stuff, that's your deck and that's your video. I personally love this, so I'm always fishing for those. Anyway, so what exactly deck does? It's pretty much in a huge extent Siphon Insight deck, so we are trying to steal cards from the enemy deck. We have quite a lot of stealing stuff. We have Thief of Sanity, card that is very strange. If it works, it will win you the game most likely in 1 or 2 turns. If enemy has answer, it does nothing. So this is the reason. I started with 4, but I decided that if you hit the matchup where it's good, even 2 will win you the game, and if you hit the matchup if it's bad, you don't want to overdraw them. So this is a bit of technical card. Hostage Taker is very good, but you need to be extremely careful when you play it. So maybe we can read it. When Hostage Taker enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact until this leaves battlefield, so you don't want to lose it then. And you may cast this card as long as it remains exiled, and you spend mana whatever you want. So basically you want to cast it and optimally cast the creature that you steal for the same turn, and you go pretty much 2 creatures, 1 creature steal and 1 additional creature. So instead of having -1 creatures on the board, you suddenly have 2 and enemy has 0, which is awesome. It helps with artifacts as well, and you will see it in the video. It's really good card when it hits right, but you need to be very careful and you need to be conscious about playing it. It's not usually a 4 mana play, it's usually your more of a late game, value play that wins you the game. What more? We have Gonti, Lord of Luxury, 4 mana, Death Touch creature that has only 2 and 3, but whenever when it enters the battlefield, you take one of the cards of the top 4 cards from the enemy library, and you may spend mana as usually as any color, and you can play it. So, actually cast it, so you cannot play lands. This is the difference between this and Siphon Insight, small but subtle and important difference. This card is surprisingly good when it hits right. So you basically have a great blocker that with that Death Touch that can trade with everything, and you get to steal some good cards from the enemy deck. What more? We have Invoke the Winds. Decent card. I like the fact that it untaps, and for this reason that we have this card, we have a bit mana skewed toward the island part, so we have a bit more blue just to cast it. We have, of course, Shadow Verdict, Ritual of Soot against all those pesky aggro decks. Ashiok is very good when we steal stuff. We get to pretty much close the game with Ashiok, and it provides us some answers to strange decks that, for example, run artifacts, enchantments, something strange that usually you cannot answer with this deck. You just -3 it if you play it right, and you can get rid of it. So this is one of the emergency plays, and Ashiok ultimates really often, so that's a very powerful card, and it's only 5 mana. We also have one Zareth San, the Trickster. It's surprise card, nobody expects it, and usually you have either an empty board or one that doesn't threaten a lot of damage, which usually makes enemy attack you with everything they have. For this reason, you usually play it in the end step and steal something during their turn. It also has amazing synergy with Shadow Verdict and Ritual of Soot. Usually, enemy has very small creatures that he leaves for blocking, even if he has some board and he didn't attack for some reason. And then you play this and the end step and just clear the board of the small things, and then you attack and get one of those things back, which is such a huge swing that you usually will win the game out of this. We also have Kairi, the Swirling Sky, and I will be honest about this card, it didn't really work out, so probably you can switch it for whatever you like the most, maybe even third Ashiok, probably that's better. So I like this card, but it didn't pull its weight in the matchups, to be honest, so probably you want Ashiok. Yeah, and about the mana, it's the standard package. The only difference is Bojuka Bog, because we don't have in this deck nearly any graveyard hate, and this card can win the game. So at least we need one card that answers the graveyard, and you will see how big difference it makes. So, the idea behind the deck is to steal stuff and destroy enemy board, soul, and heart. So he concedes. And you will see that they concede way more when you play this deck than when you play different kind of controls. And also very important stuff, at some point, I think after the first game that you will see, I added the Kaito because I've noticed that we have a little bit too little 3-drops. So yeah, this is a 3-drop in a way, but you need to cast it on turn 2, so that's not perfect. And Kaito, wow, that this card really won us so many games, and you will see how good he is in the games that you will see. Some kind of obvious, right? But anyway, Kaito is really good card, and in this deck he works wonders. Especially that you have quite a lot of creatures on your own. Even Gonti, like if it's left on the battlefield, nobody ever wants to block it because it has Death Touch, and it's pretty much a leftover out of the stealing ability. And suddenly with Kaito, he's like permanent card draw. So they need to block it and they lose something better. So really good synergies across the board. And deck is like semi-competitive, I will be honest. It can win quite a lot of games, but it's not like top tier 1. So it's more of a, I like stealing stuff deck, and it's pretty strong for this assumption, let's say. And I really enjoyed playing it. It's quite fun, and you will win quite a lot of games with it, even if in Mythic. So, without further ado, and if you like this kind of decks, we will be revisiting them for sure. So just subscribe, like, comment, and I really appreciate it. And it really doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me, and it makes my mood really much better. Anyway, let's go into the games, and thank you for watching and enjoy. Okay, guys, we are fighting versus 13th best Mythic player, Elspec 69. We already like the guy. We are going first. We have Mazemind Tome. That's amazing. Probably if guy is so high, it would probably mean some aggro, maybe Phoenix. So I'm not starting with this land. It might be game-winning play, so we will wait until we see the deck. It might be Phoenix. Okay. So let's go for the Tome first. The faster you get this bad boy into play, the faster you can draw cards. And we need a lot of cards. Rahilda. Okay, that's interesting. So we will do this main phase. So we have a land. I think we can use it. It means that we could scry. Let's see what we get. That's definitely not what we want for this matchup, especially going second. So let's think. I'm not sure if I will be using this ability. So this is tapped. We are using this, that's for sure we need to kill it, and we don't want to switch tonight. So we won't have mana to do it. So we might as well do it at the upkeep. That's actually a good card. Let's draw. So for the next turn we have untapped land, which is pretty huge. And let's just kill it. Rahilda is pretty scary, if uncontested. I also don't want to let enemy untap. There's an argument to be made that we should first play the land, then kill her, in case Zareth San is a thing. But we will see. We will see. Too late. Too late, apparently. Okay, so what are we doing? We have quite a lot of HP thanks to the tomes. We could go for Thief of Sanity. Like, it actually might be a pretty important stuff. It demands some answer from the enemy. So after Rahilda is done and this guy isn't super scary and we really want to play something each turn to not flip. Enemy don't want to flip at all because that delays him full turn, so we shouldn't allow him to go into the night mode, and then his scars are way weaker. So we have stop. We might even heal with this given we have another tome. Definitely not blocking. Thief of Sanity is amazing in this regard that enemy needs to respect it. Like, this is a card that always matters. They just cannot go through and, oh, I have a lot of damage, a lot of life. They just need to answer it usually. So enemy is going tonight. It means we won't double spell next turn. which means Mazemind Tome probably. This is Spectre, not Rogue, so we cannot switch. Do we scry? If we hit land, we aren't super happy. And I want to have this 4 life in case we need it. Oh, that's a good card. That's a good card. It's not great now, but it will be good very quickly. First, let's see what we get from the cookie jar. Enemy seems to have removal, but then they need to play it now, which is still fine by us, and we get to flip to day mode anyway. That's fine. We don't care about the life. So enemy gaining life is pretty much no difference. And I should go for Siphon Insight first. So that was incorrect play, like that was a big mistake from my part. Because we might hit some 2-mana creature and we would prefer it over the Tome right now. So that enabled new decisions. Like obviously we are taking this. Plains isn't the worst, but I think that the value from the Bone Crusher Giant is just too big to miss out. And this is still counting as playing a spell. Oh, nice. So Ritual of Soot is the play of the next turn. However, enemy is into the day mode, so they are less scary at least. Interesting. Interesting card. So far we are going toe to toe. I hope he plays a lot of creatures so we can sweep. So far it seems to the enemy that we shouldn't have much sweepers, because we play our creatures ourselves, also that get swept. So it's in like deck building thing, it's not great idea to put sweeper, but we only have 2 of them or 3, and we play them like switching between the control mode and aggression mode, as you can see in this game. So yep, 5 damage. We can heal that instantly with the Tome, which is the reason I prefer always to keep them at 3 counters if I can. Okay, and that's it. So they want the night mode as well again. We can sweep, like we will sweep probably. So I think we need to start. We are even on the cards, we have a bit better cards. So I think we can spare some of the scries. This card is good, but I don't think it's good right now. Yeah, we cannot. Yeah, we have to invest full turn. So next turn is night mode, which sucks a bit. We lack mana for this, but that would be great. We could just take it. Anyway. Let's see, does enemy have like some strange tech against sweepers? Apparently not, which is great for us. So, at this point I might start scrying just to hit the land and get his creature. So we are at 7. Okay, that's definitely something I want to steal. Yep, we can take everything, so we need to hit the land, that's for sure. 2 damage. He's tapped out, so we won't die. Definitely. And now we can decide what exactly are we doing. So we would die, if not the scry. That's an easy one, I guess. Fatal push, that's amazing. Oh man, but I need a land. This is perfect card. I'm sad that we didn't draw it before, but at this point we need to scry. Wow, that's not the land I would like to hit. So what? Enemy is 7 damage. We are at 4. He has direct damage like lightning helix, and also haste creatures. So I really don't want to paint this. It's 7, so... Oh man, we are going for the untapped land. It's super risky, but I think that it's better this way. Okay. You can't believe how relieved I am right now. Okay, let's go into the main. And that's the big difference between this card and the other take control of target creature. usually you are attacked by every single enemy. So they are usually tapped, and when you control it, you don't get to block. But with this card, that's part of why is it so amazing. You can attack, but of course we don't need to. So we have this guy. And we are at 4, thanks to not drawing Painland. If we had Painland, we would be in a big trouble. Not sure if the enemy remembered that it's a night time. Unless he plays another spell, then we are in a big oopsie. Still, we are at 4 HP. Okay, so that's super close. But we have Giant for this. So I think we do it right now. So this way it doesn't get exiled at all, which is pretty cute. So we can get 4 life. And you know what? Enemy is tapped out. He can Helix in response of our Tome. So like honestly, I will just draw card. We can block very nicely if he... Oh, that's amazing draw. So I'm still waiting for the block. Maybe we should attack, but honestly I'm a bit too scared and I would prefer to have like Zareth or some open mana to interact. Or even the Giant is a backup. Oh man, he just keeps going. That's one of the best top decks. I think that's the best top deck he could have. Oh man. So, whenever attacks, he still won't attack with this guy. It really sucks, because this shouldn't be spent on the bounce. It should be spent on killing this guy, or this guy. So we are in a pickle right now. We can double block it. Each of up to 1 target creature. Okay, so one will have 3 toughness, 1 4, so only 1 dice. Okay, like I think it's fine. It's super scary and super close, but it's fine. It actually will be 2 damage. But what can you do? I want to kill it. Yep. And also our guy also is bigger, so more or less the same. I hope he attacks with 1 creature only. Yep. Man, it's so close every turn. Yep. Now we want to get this guy. Probably Zareth will be one that dies. Oh man, what a close game. But we are fighting for top 10 Mythic. Joke, but you get the idea. I'm excited enough. Okay, so this might be very helpful. We cannot play this one and we won't be able to, because we only got 1 side to play. Do we want to switch the time? I honestly don't think we do. Playing Siphon Insight. I will play it. I want to see, maybe there's something that really makes a difference. And yeah, it seems to make a difference pretty nicely. So what? We need to start killing the enemy. And we also get to kill the creature. Yep. So this is part of the fun in the deck. We switched unfortunately, but that's something we had to do. Okay, sure, that's fine. So we get to smork enemy with his own creatures, which is usually pretty fun. Okay, we could go for Verdict. We lose the Stormseeker, but at the same time we get 2 for 1. And we do it before the attack phase. Whoopsie. Whoopsie, yeah, forgot about this part. Good game! Oh man, I got wrecked by the rules. This is the reason why I killed the Qatar previously, before, but now I just forgot. Oh man, I deserve this loss so much. Still very good game, I feel, and pretty close. If I didn't mess up in the end, that would probably be either a win or a very close loss. Okay, going first with Meathook Massacre is pretty good overall, because it lets you outhook the toughness of creatures, especially with Quench. Ritual of Soot is also good, but if we can't, we prefer Meathook Massacre just to get the life gain going. We could also play it for 2, but we prefer Quench. That's a nice scheme. Eliminate is pretty decent. Probably we should start with the Drowned Catacombs. It wouldn't make difference this turn, but it would make one next turn, in case we drew a 3-drop. But if we don't, it didn't matter at all. So, enemy is black and red, so I expect giants, I guess? Okay, even better. So, what exactly are we... Oh, okay, that's the deck, so it's the artifact Panhelion one. So we need to be ready for the Okiba gang. And you need to kill it before the attack phase, because the effect triggers at the start, so we cannot like kill creature before declaring attackers, because it's not whenever creature attack, it's when the combat phase starts. So enemy is hesitant because he sees that we have something, probably, as we didn't play anything. But they usually just play it and YOLO it and hope that's enough. So I think we go for the Quench. Eliminate is a bit better overall. Yep, they always have it. Because this can always answer, even if he has in play it somehow, or he has 5 mana to pay the additional cost. So overall it feels way better. So right now I won't risk that he has another one. So we could play Meathook, kill this and start gaining life. But then if he has it, he has full combo. Like, that's the only card he needs. And as you can see at the beginning of combat phase on your turn. So even if you kill it during the combat phase before declaring attackers, he still gets it and you are just wrecked. And don't ask me how I know this, it's painful memory. So we can do it at the end step, no difference when we do it. Yeah, pretty much. And Bojuka Bog will be a game-winning card if we hit it, so that's something we want to draw into, definitely. But we'll see if we can. Eliminate is really premium here. Okay, and this guy, what exactly he's doing? 2 mana, 1/2, when enters gets artifact, sacrifice an artifact, return target artifact mana value 3 or less into the battlefield. So not really anything except portable hole. So we can as well start drawing and see what we get. Like, that's actually amazing. But we need to get into the graveyard, so that's less amazing, I guess. This isn't great, but it makes sure that we have a land next turn. Like, we can get Mazemind Tome with this, but we have nothing to sacrifice and we don't have correct mana as well. So, let's go for the sure land drop. You know, actually it worked pretty perfectly. So now we play Mazemind Tome, and depending if enemy plays the Okiba gang thing, we eliminate, and if not, we just draw, and I would definitely want to draw if I can. And later we can go Siphon Insight, probably. And yeah, we need to start getting Ashiok on the field if we can. Yep. And you cannot press this. If you press it, you lose. Okay. So enemy will do this quite a lot. I would much rather draw cards, to be honest, but maybe one Scry? One Scry cannot hurt, does it? Because I would prefer some good draw late next turn. Enemy is digging hard, so it's very high likelihood that he gets a threatening play next turn. Like, I assume he has a lot of those. So, yeah, like, his full deck is about bringing this guy into the game. Actually, I don't mind this. Like, he will take Ashiok probably, but I'm not sure if I would play it next turn anyway. So for this reason, we'd definitely scry. I have idea for a play. We can start going Mazemind Tome, and when this has 3 counters, we can get into the Fatal Push. Not the greatest, but it lines very nicely, to be honest. So, that's something we are definitely going to do. Yep. We won't die up to damage. And this way we can use Siphon Insight and also Fatal Push in some raid situations where it might be relevant, but I don't think it will. So right now, if he has another Reviver, we are in a bit of trouble. And I guess we are. Oh man, that's not great. So that will be a lot of damage, and we can go Ritual of Soot, I guess. Not great, he has quite a lot. 1/3 of the deck and he already had 2. But well, it can happen, so enjoy your stuff. I guess we use Fatal Push just to kill the Ender and save 4 HP. I guess. Not really sure, to be honest. Okay, let's see what we get from the enemy deck. If we hit something around... Oh, that's interesting. I think I will take it. It might be game winning, depending on what we draw. Okay, so enjoy your huge damage, I guess. So this goes into hand, and we remove all of the rest. This doesn't get haste, only the Parnhelion. Yep. So it's how much? 6, 10, 14 damage. Yeah, I will definitely kill one. So my plan was to wait until Mazemind Tome has 3 counters and then leave it. And whenever he plays the Okibak boss, then we can just answer by exiling it and kill it with Revolt. But, well, didn't work out. I guess Meathook Massacre is decent here. Yeah, let's go for it. I think it's the best situation that we'll have this game. And it gives 3 life, which is quite huge. And I don't think we will scry. We are slowly out of value. Well, with Kairi, I guess we will have a lot of value. We can have Eliminate and Fatal Push. And also a blocker if we need to. Or a finisher if we are in a good spot. So right now I'm really banking that he doesn't have a 3rd one in the hand. I think he has 2nd Parnhelion. Yep. So if he has another one, we just lose, but I think at some point he needs to miss them. So what exactly is the next play? I really want to play Kairi, sorry. Go blank. Okay, that's mean. You're such a meanie. But it means he cannot play the Faithless Looting. Okay, let's make a stop. It might come handy. Oh man, so... Like, if we get Bojuka Bog, then we exile everything, and he can get 1 Okiba Gang Boss, or whatever, it's a new one. And then he cannot have this in graveyard easily. So I think that's a good play. I don't want to lose much value. Wow, that's a great top deck, I guess. And we cannot play land because this is our land. So let's draw, see what we get. Amazing, amazing. So let's draw, and if he uses it, then we get it back. Oh man, so many cards that I would love to draw, and we are just getting lands. Anyway, enjoy your empty graveyard. Okay, so this disables a lot of his cards. Unfortunate that he has this in hand and not exiled from the graveyard, but still, he can get one card. And playing Okiba is already 4 mana, so he won't have anything in the graveyard. Yep, so then he... Then he can give it back. And this is only sorcery, so... Oh man, we are doing so great with this. Now we can get another card if we want. I will definitely play it. I don't think I will use it. I just want to prevent him from using it. So right now he needs to hit 2 cards for the combo. But we need to close something very quickly, because if he hits it, we are dead. And he's having 35 cards, he already had 2 of them. Okay, very nice. Panhelion is 8 mana. If he hits untapped land, he can play it next turn. Man, amount of... Oh, but then he gets hit with the Censor. And for this reason I want Cycle Censor. Oh man, I really hope he hits the untapped land. Please. Oh no, that's not great. That would be so sweet. We would bait him so hard. So, probably Okiba. I guess he realized that there's no one card and we can take 2 cards from our deck. Like man, this hostage taker was really clutch that we got a wish card and he didn't. Okay, so we have new addition of Kaito. We will see how it goes. I think we lacked a bit of 3 drops, so it should be fine. It should be fine, we will see. But we definitely need the black mana, but always having it. Enemy is playing black. I think we pain it, because next turn we need every mana for Kaito, so we definitely don't want enemy to have a board. And if he won't have a board until turn 3, we are in a very good situation. I could go for Thief of Sanity, but Kaito is a bit more resilient, especially enemy cannot kill him at the end step. And later we can play the Thief of Sanity. If enemy has removal, he will use it on Ninja. Okay, that's fine. It's pretty fine, I think. It's 3. So, let's draw a card, see what we get. I shouldn't play land, probably. Not a huge mistake, but still a mistake, definitely. Okay. I still think enemy cannot answer Thief of Sanity, so this will be a pretty good situation. We can even try to protect Kaito if we really want, but I don't think it's worth it. He already paid itself, like by a ton. And if we lose it, that's even more amazing, because we have Revolt activated. This is one of the advantages with this deck. Thanks to having creatures and permanents, we have very easy time enabling Fatal Push. And as you can see, Kaito pretty much taking over the game fully. Like, I like this addition, I think he will stay. Okay, and with Ashiok, like, we could keep up with the counter spell, but at this point having 2 Planewalkers and both are threatening, and we have sweepers and card draw, after this turn we can just go full reactive mode. And Ashiok can solve any problem they will play. So, you know, we are in a pretty good spot. Okay, no haste. To be honest, we will go like this. If enemy blocks it, we just kill it. which is amazing because we have still 5 mana open. Enemy thinks he's smart trading, but that's not the case. So, let's draw cards. And honestly, Kaito together with Ashiok is just so much value. Enemy won't be able to match it like anyway. Not greatest targets for ultimate, but I think that he's close to scooping right now. He only has 5 mana. Effectively he can play a 3-drop. And 3-drop is not enough to answer all of this. Yep. That's perfect target. And now we can keep drawing. I think he will scoop next turn or something. I'm not really reading it, but I think... You know what? Let's play it. Just for the funsies. Nothing better than killing... You can see this deck does mental and soul damage. He didn't scoop when he saw our Planeswalkers, but when he see that he will die to his own Liliana, it's just instant scoop. Okay, as usual we are going second for some reason. So we have a very good removal. Invoke the Winds, a bit too early, but we'll manage. We will manage. We definitely need some more card draw in this hand, but we will see how it goes. And Brian, who likes tacos, wow, he likes tacos, okay? So yeah, he's thinking quite a lot. We will see. I would guess it's some kind of imported deck. Auras? Is it Auras? We will see. We definitely want Swamp. Also, in case he adapts, that's amazing play for us, if he does it. Unfortunately, we weren't fast enough with the clicks, so he sees that we... Oh yes, oh yes. Perfect. So, 2 turns down the drain. We want Tyrant Scorn, so we go for untapped round. We can skip the next one as a tapped one, and then we pay 2 life for a sweeper probably. So far so good. And if he draws, that's pretty fine by us. And soon we will have Hostage Taker. Like, Kairi is super slow here, but if we manage to play it, that would be super awesome. We want to preserve our HP. And Fatal Push, pretty decent. So it's like Adapt or Creature deck? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We could steal this. If we want. I will wait until he pays the mana though. Or will I? You know what? We have a lot of instant removal, we have sweepers. Let's just steal this stuff. Let's start... Oh yes, yes please. You can make it bigger. Like, it's card neutral. Is this some kind of combo deck? It seems like something weird. But anyway, we can also draw cards, we have blue mana. That's pretty awesome. And if everything goes well, we can play Kairi next turn, which is probably a game-winning play if it doesn't get countered. What a strange deck by our enemies, and we missed the land, which sucks. Artifact creature, not enchantment. How much do we want to buff this guy? I guess, why not? Okay, we don't need to. So for this reason we can play the Tome. When he pays 2 we kill it. And if he doesn't do anything, 1/1 counter. Sure. I have Mazemind Tome, so at this point we aren't super scared about this guy. I'm more scared about what's next. What a weird deck. If he attacks, I think I might even let him. We are at 20, so we are doing really good. So it's like Aura deck, but with drawing cards? Strange. So, okay, so he wants to do... Okay, I can see the combo now. How scary is this? Probably he has something that wins the game outright, I would guess. Okay, in this case we probably should kill it. Yeah, because it can go infinite. I was a bit slow on this one, but okay, I figured it finally. So, what's your next creature that does such stuff? Okay, so I guess... okay, I'm not even trying to predict what's going on exactly. At this point, let's just draw a card. Probably we just take it, to be honest. Or maybe we just kill it, so we can have counterspell. Probably a bit better. If we drew land, I would play differently, but in this case, it's probably for the best. I really want to have counterspell because I'm not sure how he kills, and probably it's fast because he has this card. And usually it's only used in combo decks that want to win the same turn that they play their combo. Okay. Consider me scared. Enemy is at 10. At this rate with Hostage Taker we nearly kill him. Okay, do your thing, my friend. He needs something more to kill me, definitely. And it means that he needs to play a card. A card like this. Huh. Target creature artifact. That's not what the enemy has. At this point I will try to scry. It seems okay. Okay, so we could steal it. So enemy needs to play another creature, but I will just go with this. We attack. It's bluff, I don't want to activate the Biomancer, but he knows I can kill his creature and I'm pretty sure he won't be willing to trade. And now, enemy, do your thing. It's your turn. If you can kill us, that's the turn that you need to do it. We are tapped out. We wouldn't have counters anyway, like counter spells, so that's the reason. And as you can see, enemy is just playing whatever he has, so no point in waiting. And thanks to this, we actually have a Leafer. So I think we should play it a bit slow. He has something, definitely. It's 4 mana. Unless he wanted to draw a card. So let's force him to play something. Like, he needs to protect it, so he needs to use whatever he has. It's not Jewelry, so if it's a counter spell, then he would use it anyway. And if not, we just kill him, I guess. Strange deck. Probably something a lot of you guys already saw, but didn't see this one. Okay, sure. I actually don't mind so many lands. And we keep the Sailor, so pretty happy overall. Let's go for Swamp. 3 lands. With Mazemind Tome, Sailor, additional lands are pretty much equaling to the cards. I actually thought that he meant that... Oh, are we dead? No. Still nothing going on, okay. So he's preparing, that's for sure. We can attack, definitely. We could kill it. First, let's draw a card. Wow, what a card. Then we try to draw a card from his deck and see what we get. Okay, so this doesn't super help. I think Deputy is very good because it breaks part of his combo, and this kind of decks doesn't have too much removal usually. And he needs to play it anyway, so it slows him down even if he has it. He seems to be having very defensive sweepers. Settle the Wreckage is interesting, but not something you usually see. So first, let's draw. He also cannot really block Gonti. Oh man. I will get Cycling because it's cheaper draw. And we cannot draw anything except lands, I guess. So I will use this. Hopefully we get some removal. Why do I even bother? So we can attack with everything. He blocks this and he's at 1. And we don't have card draw then. We probably should attack with this. Because with such huge flood, like we are really flooding. It's 6 cards, 7, 8. And this. So 9 cards out of 26 weren't lands. Wow. Oh, well, maybe we got more. Sorry. We had the Settle the Wreckage. Anyway, enemy is at 2. So he wants to do the combo probably. We will see. He needs to damage us. Yeah, it needs to deal combat damage to a player. We could kill it, but we would have to sweep our own board. So I decided that it's not worth it this turn, but we'll see. It might be a mistake, maybe it wasn't. We will see. Enemy is pretty short on mana. Look, we have more than double his mana. Even without the settle, we would have 6, 8 to his 5, so we have quite a lot of mana. So basically I would guess that he cycles his full deck and plays Dice and just draws. Not sure about the rest of the deck, what exactly is the function of Valkyrie. I guess he gets infinite health or something like this and then kills with Angel. It seems like 2 different combos, I guess, in one deck. Maybe it works, maybe it works. If he attacks, I probably should block. Okay, that slows him by quite a lot. But we really need to start drawing some cards that aren't lands. Okay, so it has lifelink. At the you and each player gain that much life. Okay. He didn't attack. Interesting. Can you even believe this? Even after Settle the Wreckage, we drew like 6 lands in a row. Okay. Thank you. In Michael's voice. Thank you. Oh man, that was such a weird game. It was the weirdest game I had today, definitely. Okay, finally. I won't GG the guy, because, well, his Settle the Wreckage was pretty strong, but not strong enough. Okay, we are going first with Quench and Kaito, so that seems amazing. Okay, so Rekuzu is back. It took a while, and I just got the video. So, let's start with this land, that's for sure. Enemy is saying good game. Let's be, you know, a cool guy and say that indeed that's a good game. Okay, and we drew perfectly. So for now, thanks to playing this land, we have both Quench enabled and Kaito enabled, which might be pretty huge. Yep. I want to get Quench, because Fatal Push will have plenty of targets. And after we play Kaito, we cannot really answer with, you know, the counter spell. So definitely you want Fatal Push in hand, and we can even double remove. That's pretty amazing. Okay, that's something I didn't expect. So put 1/1 against Indestructible whenever. Okay, so he's plussing. That's pretty fine. So the wording, unless you attack, so we can attack anything. This will be way better to attack. First, let's draw card. It means also that the enemy doesn't really have anything on the board. We didn't draw a land that's untapped. But that's fine. You know, it's fine. So, having Fatal Push and available is pretty good here. Kaito pressures the enemy so much right now. That's definitely not card for matchup that he's in. I understand it, but still. Okay, so I expect a samurai. Is it a samurai?
You'll be safer.
Yep, it's a samurai. And I guess we can just play Hostage Taker and just kill it. Oh yes! Oh yes, we are definitely doing this. We are definitely going there. And you know what? We have quite a lot of engine to draw cards. I just want to scry a bit to hit a land. Great, that's very good. So like this, he needs 6. And -2 is whenever one or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many white soldiers tapped and attacking. So definitely don't want to give him any kind of board. We should draw first. No reason not to, as our ninja is sneaky. I think we won't do this. This guy needs 6, so we have a bit time before it hits there. We can even make new ninja next turn, but I'm not sure if that's the correct play, to be honest. It's not huge power, let's be honest. So, a land, we still have Fatal Push enabled, which is great because this +1 counter gives indestructible, and suddenly it's just free kill. This card is amazing versus tokens. So, let's see what the enemy is doing. We cannot remove anything with 4 mana converted cost, because we won't have reward probably in any way. But we have a bit more power on the board and we have double removal, so we should get into the Planewalkers finally. We need to get rid of them soon. So I would expect a creature and +1 on the Emperor, because -1 kills it. Especially that he used the +1, so it means that he shouldn't have creature on... yeah, or he made a mistake. So basically he should use the Emperor first and then use the Basriket counter. It wouldn't make a difference, but he doesn't know this, so he should... Oh man. This would actually make a huge difference now. Because we would kill in response to Basri token. Enjoy. And then he wouldn't use this mana. Yeah, that's a big mistake. So we are in extremely commanding position right now. We need to get rid of the Basriket, and we can do it in 2 turns. And the fact that we can keep drawing so many cards, like man, Kaito is like doing it every single game. Okay, let's play land that's untapped, and well, let's draw. We have still a lot of mana, so why not? Okay, that's a very good hand. So enemy is forced to play something relevant this turn and keep it on the board, and we have answers for everything. We can even answer to creatures. So it means Basriket will die, we will draw 2 cards, and we also have Tome and so on, so on. Okay, that's super strange card to play in this deck, but sure. I guess he has a lot of Planewalkers, so that's why. Like man, you waited 1 minute before starting to play. I think we could just go and save our little guy. I think it's worth it. Because we can keep drawing with Kaito, and we can also make a ninja. But to be honest, I'm not sure if we go ninja or just cycle one of the lands. We have a bit too many. And Arekusu seems super starty, I think. I guess it's good because if enemy doesn't have a creature, his like artifact enchantment deck, you can kill his part of the board and not yours. But still, having a 6 mana drop, it slows you down by quite a lot.